Hey guys, what is up? We're back with another spooky Saturday. Starting off with the summer Hikaru died, and I'm almost finished. And guess what? At least this show is getting a second season. I can't say the same for the others. Yeah. But regardless of that, the last episode, which was 9, I did not expect that ending. I didn't think the guy was going to go through with it. He got the sword and then chopped off Hikaru's head. Now, we all know that this Hikaru can't really die, but he is weakened now because he quite literally gave a piece of himself to Yoshiki. So it makes me wonder, is the healing factor for him the same? And also, like what we saw in episode 8, he couldn't stop the other entities from trying to chase them before. His presence, as it is, can stop them. Now it's not so much. So, like, is it going to go severely bad for him? Is he going to say, can you give me a piece of my back? Or, like, is this just another layer on top of many layers that they have to deal with, just trying to find about Nanoshiki or Nanuki, my bad, and all the supernatural. This is just too much for Yoshiki at this point. I would have just said, you know what, Hikaru, you gotta go. That's it. But that's just me. So without further ado, let's get into the summer Hikaru died, episode 10. Why is his head not attached instantly? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a body. Huh? What the? So wait, it was trying to escape. Okay. Why you got him on that hard table? And you still see that line on his head, on his neck. Huh. Having it show up in this era. Yeah. Yeah, your father got taken over. Oh, oh, he blind. I didn't realize that before, but oh. Oh, something robbed him of his sight. Okay. Do you want to destroy Nanuki? Did Nanuki take someone you cared about, or was it your sight and you got eternal beef with Nanuki? Oh, his dad. Oh, you really are your daddy's son. Got the same moles in the same places. Hey, yo, no. This looked like Dark Gathering with what's her name? She went into the tunnel. She never came back. She was a YouTuber, an early YouTuber. Oh God. Oh. So what happened to the rest? They're forming the body. Oh yes. Oh. Mm. Okay. Okay, Miss K. Okay. That no. Mm. Is he? What is? Oh, was he trying to corrupt his consciousness? That's crazy. When is that going to fade? Yo, bring back that little part of his back. Bring it back. That's what I'm saying. I think that sword is from that house that they went to visit. I wonder if he's going to give him back that small piece of his back. Oh, oh wow. Wouldn't that end up hurting the individual that takes it too? Using mercury. Mm. Uh, no, you doing because one is right in the mix. Mm. And so you lose your. Oh nah, nah. You really weak, bro. Even your memories affect. Oh no, he's weak. Huh. Mm. Those who interfere in this. Okay. Oh. Uh, I do want to ask a question. Can no one else see the line on his neck? What's her name? She doesn't see it? Mm. Curse god after the villagers. Okay. So Unuki was the god that was prayed to. Mm. Oh. Um. Uh. That was odd. He did. If something pops out. Oh. Why are they keeping all them heads in there? Oh. 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 Mm. Okay, that looks very ominous. Oh. Oh. All the past villagers. Oh. Oh, so that's why the village was never okay. This is why the village was. This is why the sacrifice has. Wow. Wow. Oh, and I'm thinking, yo, these people are innocent. No. Oh. Wow. So Hiko was bound to die regardless. Hey, yo, Sukuna. This is why the village was punched because they are just nothing but kill. Okay. But if y'all had to continue the ritual, okay, okay. And that would be your dad. Okay. Oh, it's more colon and tea. Then I'll be satisfied. Hmm. Um. Huh. Um. So I had to rewatch that last part when they went into that little shed that was originally shown in episode 6. So from the way they talk about it, basically something happened in the past that made the Endo family perform these rituals. They were forced to. So something tells me they probably, because this entire village technically is supposed to be one big island, instead of these 5 separate uh islands, villages separated. So Nanuki or Unaki was originally as one, and Nanuki is the head. And so to keep this particular village, the one that they live in, Kibitachi or Kubatachi village, well and up, they had to sacrifice, and this is where the Indo family plays in. So I'm guessing it's not really so much as ritual. They were the personal butcher for Nanuki. That's what I think. They were promoted or announced as the official butcher, and they had to go out of their way to find the sacrifices and bring them to Nanuki to protect the village from famine and disasters and the such. And they had to bring at a particular time for Nanuki, probably at a time where there is like a convergence between the spiritual and the human realm, hence why the gates and there's barriers and everything. And so there comes a particular time in the year where the Indo family or the god's butcher had to go and give a sacrifice. So that means they would have to have found someone either elderly or terminally ill, or even a bystander, an innocent person, sacrifice that individual to present to Nanuki. And that's not only it. They were basically, because Nanuki is one being. Nanuki's body was literally separated into 5 different parts. So something happened that separated. This is all speculation and things that I'm gathering, especially from this episode, because it literally dropped a whole lot of lore on what is happening and why in particular their village. So it started at the head. And so this village was in particular the one that created and continued these rituals. Something may have happened, again, that could have caused Nanuki's body to separate, because Nanuki must dwell in all of those villages, but his head, which is the most important part, and that's why it was symbolic from last episode into this, showing that like when Hikaru's head got chopped off and everything, then he started to remember, things are coming back to him. The head connects everything. So without the head, the rest of the body can't function. So for the lesser extents of these rituals, once this particular village and the personal god's butcher, which is the Endo family, sacrifices an individual, what keeps all these other villages intact, and especially their village intact, is you present the head to Nanuki, and then you can give the other body parts to the other villages to protect them as well. But the most important part was the heads, and then they made carvings to represent the dead that they had to sacrifice. But it went left when they had to go after innocent people instead of the people that was living in the village. So that incident that happened, that they showed in episode 4 or 5, where like 70 years prior to the current storyline, great famine, it nearly just destroyed this village. And they don't know exactly what happened. Now it does make me wonder, probably their sin is, they, again, for the Indo family, they did something, one of their ancestors did something that angered Nanuki, and they were only given 2 choices. It's either to die, or you will be my messenger, you'll be my right hand, you will enact these acts for me to protect your people. If not, I'll wipe you off the face of the earth. That's the only way I see it, because that's their sin. That has to, I mean, I could be 110% wrong, but it looks like Hikaru is getting back the memories. Now, the end part of the episode is telling me that, like, Hikaru is reducing to his, or Nanuki is reducing to his natural state now that he's starting to remember a lot of stuff. So now he's going to be muddled in between his last message when he was still alive, the Hikaru that was still alive, protect Yoshiki. But now Nanuki is also trying to take over where Nanuki needs a sacrifice and something warm, keep it alive. It's going to look to target Yoshiki. So now the Hikaru that we see currently right now is going to be at odds within himself. Because now it's like, okay, the Hikaru of Den is trying to protect Yoshiki as a last dying wish. But then Nanuki's own consciousness is looking to take over the body and then probably commit the ritual by sacrificing someone innocent. Yes, Yoshiki is not ill. Yoshiki is not poor. But to keep up the ritual, which failed the first time around, that means Hikaru would have, he would have been a murderer, and he would have to kept at that for years. Oh boy. And that makes me wonder, does the librarian that they saw in episode, this is 10, right? In episode 7, does she know the actual truth about the village? It looks like she knew something. But, oh my gosh. And not only that, Hikaru is weak because, again, he gave a piece of his spine to Yoshiki to protect him. So, he's also weak. So, I'm guessing to bring him back up to speed, bring him back to full health, he does need a sacrifice to make him feel whole again, until he might have to feel that way again and then repeat the cycle. But this is just what I'm getting out of it. Like, and it again, with the guy who is blind, he has special glasses. He looks like from Durarara. I wonder what his personal problems is with Nanuki. Something tells me that, like, something of his precious was sacrificed, and then him trying to protect robbed him of his eyesight. Because look at their classmate, I forgot her name. Her hearing is messed up. When whatever happened, that whole thing where she was about to clock the fake Hikaru, and then he kind of damaged her hearing in her right ear. I'm guessing something of some similar effect happened to the sunglasses guy, and that robbed him of his vision. And so he wanted to get back at Nanuki. And he was actually very close. And I only got like 2 more episodes, and then I gotta wait for season 2. Guys, Do tell me in the comment section how you felt about The Summer Hikaru Died episode 10. If you are a manga reader, of course, no spoilers further than the chapter that was adapted into this episode. But do tell me how you felt about it. Anime onlys, if this is your first time or multiple times, were you able to pick up on some stuff that you didn't see the first time? And what do you think could this all possibly mean? Is Hikaru possibly another sacrifice in the future? Or is it going to get much more darker from here on out? The links are in the description box, so you guys go check it out and I'm Kimi-chan. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!